Vesa, hello, how are you doing?
Nice to see you, brother.
Yeah, thank you, you too. So right behind us here, we've got some of your awesome artwork. We've got one of your cars, and also you've been showing us some fantastic stuff on the screen. So can I ask you about the car to start off with? Because it's an awesome design. Tell me about how that came about.
It came about that I came here for the first time about a year ago.
Yeah.
When I was introduced to Dr. Marwan, also the CEO of the Dubai Blockchain Center. And among our many conversations of what we could be doing together, I showed him a concept picture of a Tesla that I made into an art car already back in 2014 or something.
Oh, really?
And I didn't think of anything of it because I've shown it along the way to many different people and whatever.
Right.
And then this is maybe 2-3 months after that he invites me to come to a Zoom call. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I hop on board and he says, well, Vesa, I bought 17 cars and we're going to be making them into NFTs. So, you know, when can we see each other next week? I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's how it evolved. And this is his personal Tesla.
Right.
2017 Model S.
Yeah.
And then we wrapped it into a digital art piece of mine called Compound Defiance. So it's the central piece of that artwork is the Ethereum logo. It's nicely embedded now all over that car. And because it's in the true sort of spirit of DeFi.
Yeah.
So it's an evolutionary car with an evolutionary artwork that then is actually also a virtual reality asset. So we made it into a VR car as well.
Right.
And what we're going to first build is a garage where those who buy the physical assets and the whole stack bundle essentially get access to that garage. So
That's
it becomes a quad.
Fascinating to me.
Which we then afterwards start to develop into a game.
Yeah.
And then those who have the whole bundle, they just basically get to race.
Right, yeah, so
maybe we make that into a blockchain thing,
yeah,
and
exactly.
incentivize it.
Yeah, of course. That's where we come in, it's Helicon NFT, of course. But what I find interesting about this is you've got the physical car sat here right behind us with the artwork on it, but it's also going to have utilities within, you know, a virtual space as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I could stake coins with the deal. There's so many different kinds of things of how we can start to get creative with it. Because even, like, let's say if it's with Shisha Finance coins or something, we stake them with the deal for 5 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time in blockchain ways of then the actual buyer being incentivized not only to get it and play with the value itself, but the tokens that are associated.
Yeah.
There's so many layers of interesting things for us nerds.
Yeah,
kind of
I mean, it's only the beginning, really, isn't it? That's what we're finding out. And that's why I find this so fascinating. So that actually brings me on to this piece of artwork here. You were talking to me about this yesterday. Again, it's a similar concept where we've got a physical piece of artwork stood in front of us. However, with this application that I've got on my phone, I can bring that into the digital world, and you've actually used like visuals on it. And so can you tell me how could I do something like this, for example? You would start the artwork first, then do the digital, then come back to the artwork?
Well, this is quite complicated, in fact, because the process that I came up with since 2008 was to start to paint, photograph those paintings. Yeah. Sometimes body paint people and photograph those, and nature photography and all that kind of stuff. So that's how I essentially did this. I got first the idea. First, I was thinking like, well, I was so impressed coming over here for the first time and how futuristic it is, because Dubai really and Abu Dhabi, they look like the sort of feature that I imagined as a kid when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s.
Dystopian future.
All of a sudden, like, wow, the future's here, but it's in very selected places, I suppose. But the Emirati space program, I was like, oh, that's serious. So this is Mars.
Making some big headways with that.
Rocket thing, and the faces are the actual first block of the Bitcoin blockchain.
Oh, that's so cool.
Blockchain ideas. And
so it's got Easter eggs in it.
Yeah, it's sort of the tokenizing. The T stands for tokenizing the royal horses, potentially.
Okay,
what that could look like.
Yeah, we need to hit up Godolphin.
You know, the sort of, and the liquid feel of how sort of generative this place feels. You know, so I thought, okay, those are interesting things. How can I mash them all together?
That liquid feel is actually, I can see that, and that goes to show just your artistic mind being able to take that sort of concept and put it onto a canvas. You know, it's just awesome.
So then, but it's a digital original.
Yeah.
That was then printed onto a canvas.
Yeah.
And then I painted on top of it with acrylics so that it's more than just the digital original even. Okay. And then I'm tokenizing it in such a way that you get the animation one of one and this physical one of one. They're bundled together.
Interesting. And
you can bid on it on Super Rare right now.
Oh, awesome. On Super Rare?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, that's good to know as well. That's fascinating. I think this is awesome. I think just having this in your house, people would definitely ask questions about it, and then you're like, oh, you think that's cool? You know, and then blow their minds with it.
And then maybe you've bought a digital gallery space or some sort of land or something in the digital world, and then you can place the NFT there.
You can display it. So that actually brings me on to the next point. You were showing us earlier on the big screen how you created a digital art museum of sorts, right? Yeah, can you tell me a bit more about that?
Well, I'm an art representative with with the Superworld app, which is essentially an augmented reality layer app that is 62 billion plots of land divided kind of like Google Maps into different things you can own. So you can own, let's say, the Louvre of Abu Dhabi, which I actually own.
You do? Yeah. That's great.
Inside of that app.
That's smart.
I bought it for $80.
Okay, that's awesome. And then I just find that fascinating because you've got your own, I mean, how many artists have their own sort of museum, right? Their own sort of showcase. Now you can do that now digitally with it.
Yeah, in the metaverse. So what we've been building with the Superworld team for a whole year with their 3D team and a bunch of people is this Temple of Luxor in Egypt is a very inspiring building to me personally. And I never would have been able to dream of something like that becoming even remotely something that my art has anything to do with. But we honored the sort of foundations of this magnificent building and what it has a function of doing, and then made it into my art gallery that I can now send people to, and they can immerse themselves fully in either through your laptop or your phone, but of course the virtual reality.
Yeah, I mean, it's opening up so many doors now, this virtual space of how to display things, how to sell things, how to interact with other things as well. That's why I find everything you're doing so interesting, because there's so many different versions of, like, you know, blending physical with virtual. And I can't wait to see what you're doing next. So thank you so much for explaining all of this to me. And before I let you go, what do you think of blockchain world so far?
Well, it's been an incredible experience because really, like, let's be real, some of the sort of program numbers in the previous blockchain things have been a little cringe, and, the culture side and the education side coming together in the way that it did, that I might have had something a little bit in my eye when the opening ceremony was something flew in there.
That's what I say.
Basically, the kind of way that the layout has been made for this space and the main stage, it's super impressive and it's very fluent.
Oh, thank you.
So, and I'm yet to experience the Helicon Studio.
I can't wait to get you in there. I gave you a little bit of a spoiler of what to expect earlier, but it looks awesome, the extended reality stage.
Congratulations, you hit it like
thank you. Well, thank you. And congratulations to you as well. This artwork is fascinating. I can't wait to get my hands on one someday. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, bro.